Hello gorgeous, I'm the Fairy Voice Mother, and today I'm going to be reacting to a Voiceplay a cappella cover of Oogie Boogie Song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So far I have got to experience Pentatonix and Home free with you. Apparently this is a very appropriate third stop for the Fairy Voice Mother a cappella train. I can't give up on the train reference yet. It feels like a thing now. I have absolutely no idea what to expect with this. The term boogie always implies something uncomfortable in some way, whether it's like the boogeyman or someone's creepy uncle shuffling over to you at a wedding asking you if you want to have a boogie. I think I have quite a strong aversion to that word, come to think of it. It kind of is like my version of moist, I suppose. I don't mind the word moist as it goes. I think it's very descriptive. It's not damp. What else do you say if something is just like slightly wet? I think people just need to go over themselves and accept moist and reject boogie. Boogie never means anything good. Perhaps this performance will single-handedly change my mind, and that would be some great healing for me. I can only hope. Oh. Oh, is this a film? Oh. No,
What have we here? Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. This can't be the right guy.
He didn't change exactly.
I don't know which is worse. I might just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first. Mr. Oogie Boogie says there's trouble close at hand. You better pay attention.
Oh, his voice! It's... oh!
Good lord!
And everybody is talking about, oh. He sounds like Plankton from SpongeBob.
Well.
Which is a considerable compliment because Plankton in SpongeBob is supposed to be the evil villain. And I don't know the story at all, but judging by the nature of the lyrics, he's behaving unfavourably. So this kind of expressive, slightly up and down tone seems to directly represent
A villain?
It's the tone used by many villains, both in like children's cartoons and also in other kind of more adult films. Not a film that's not a kid's film, you know what I mean. Within this rather nondescript melody, you can hear so much movement. He uses a thin voice, which you could refer to as head voice or mode 2 or thin fold. Then he comes down into a thick voice, which you could call a mode 1 or a chest voice. And he also descends all the way down to what we would call pulse or mode 0 or fry. He's also able to really move his larynx. And this seems to be per phrase. So the voice is so very active all the time. And this is a sign of a singer who has exceptional vocal technique, one that has not developed bad habits which would involve him needing to strain his voice. He must have very good breath support, and I would bet a significant amount of money, or don't have a significant amount of money, I would bet some money that he has a massive range, because one does not simply access 3 different vocal registers per phrase with that much autonomy and control and freedom unless they have greatly explored each of those registers and pushed them to their limit. I would bet a full $5 that he can sing in at least 4 octaves. Living dangerously. And there is of course so many more exciting colours weaving in and out of this as well. The backing vocals are extremely well performed, and I love the little twangy, whiny voice that crept in as well. I hope he's on the way to arrest a creepy boogie uncle.
Better pay attention now, cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie song.
Oh, lovely rhythms. Oh! Did he just do both of those parts? That... get out. No way! Oh my god! A full resonant C1 and then a full resonant G-sharp 4 in like virtually the same breath. Permission to lose it! Who is this? Ah! So it's a 2.5 octave jump. Right? Fine. Fine. It's not too abnormal to travel that distance. But he did that all in virtually the same register. Like, because it was thick down there. and then it was, yeah, like thick there. It wasn't, yeah. If you are singing that low in your range, you have very long vocal cords. So one would assume, because his vocal cords are obviously very big and long, that that mass would be far too much to stretch up to a comfortable G-sharp belt. But apparently not. Apparently not. That is very doable. Whether he's had vocal training or not, again, I would bet an additional $5 that he has. But even if he hasn't, like, some people can anomalously teach themselves to do this. But even so, there has been a lot of training and strengthening and spatial awareness that he's had to go through to be able to achieve this. Like, oh my God.
If I'm feeling antsy and there's nothing much to do,
I might just cook a special batch of steak and spider stew.
And don't you know the one thing that would make it work so nice?
a roly-poly Santa Claus.
To add a little spice.
Oh my God! Oh, there's so much in it.
I'm the Oogie Boogie Man.
Release me now, or you must face the dire consequences. The children
very good
are
Santa voice.
expecting me, so please come to your senses.
You're joking, I can't believe my ears.
Oh my God!
I'm drowning in my tears.
It's funny.
You really love a good tremolator.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
What are you going to do?
I don't know what he's gonna do, but I know that I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for your stuff. Not yet. Let's talk about twang. Wow! Oh, no, but really? Wow. I feel like all my Christmases have come at once.
What if I'm feeling empty and there's nothing much to do?
The guy in the grey top is a bit of a twang master. Twang is a little technique in which a little flap called your epiglottis comes over your vocal cords and shrinks the sound in which the voice has to resonate, which means it sounds very small and whiny like this. You can kind of close it as much or as little as you want. Sometimes you only want a tiny little bit of twang and sometimes you want a lot. And so if twang is a knob, which is how I describe it, his twang knob is at 100%. So the very high twanginess is then layered with another voice, I think the person on the left,
Adding a little bit of flapping.
then the other person is slightly more neutral larynx position, a little bit of a warmer tone, but it's a lot of nasal resonance. Nasal resonance.
Don't you know the one thing that would make it work so nice?
He is sending his voice largely into his nose.
And don't you know the one thing that would make it work so nice?
The twang knob is still on,
In my estimation, probably about 70%.
but he is also making a very conscious effort to
Resonate his voice mainly through his nose.
So twang and nasal resonance are often confused as being the same thing, when in fact they're not. You can produce twang and predominantly resonate it out of your mouth. If there was resonance coming through my nose, that would really affect it. That is nasal resonance. It's quite a subtle difference, but a difference nonetheless. It makes for a terrifically stark contrast between
Cook a special batch of steak and spider stew.
his very oral, rich and warm resonance in this section. Aww.
Release me now, or you must face the dire consequences.
Why is literally every portrayal of Santa Claus a posh English accent?
The children need me.
Let me introduce my little puppies.
Every time! Santa Claus lives in the North Pole. So do you not think that he would maybe have a little bit more of a northern accent? Maybe like Icelandic or like Norwegian or something Nordic or even Scotland. Surely it makes more geographical sense for Santa to be Scottish.
Release me now or you must face the dire consequence.
I don't know. Okay, I'm ready for his stuff now.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna do the best
I
I
know.
can. Hit it.
I should have
The sound of rolling dice to me is music in the air.
Cause I'm a gambling boogeyman, although I don't play fair.
It's much more fun, I must confess.
With lives on the line.
Not mine, of course, but yours, oh boy. Now that'll be just fine.
Release me faster, you will have to answer for this heinous act.
Oh, brother, you're something. You put me in a spin.
You are comprehending the position that you're in.
It's hopeless.
You're finished.
You haven't got a prayer.
Cause I'm Mr.
No, he's
Oogie
got the
Boogie,
songs
and
going on
you
his hip.
ain't going nowhere.
He's Mr. Oogie Boogie Man.
The Oogie Boogie Man. Oogie
Boogie
What the is that? That. Yeah. No. Like, this is not normal. Dimash wants his number. Oh my god. Yeah. It sounded like an E. Was it E0 or something? He's using something called subharmonics here, manipulating space within the vocal tract to amplify certain resonances that he's producing with tissue that is not necessarily limited to the true vocal cords himself. It is not part of his normal thick or mode 1 or chest voice. It is much lower than that. It is delving into pulse register, but it is obviously very much pitched, so it's not completely fried. And using this technique, it actually enables the vocal cords to slack even more. You can hit notes that go beyond your normal vocal range. It's quite hard to make this sound good, and it's also quite hard to build volume down here as well. B4 is a belty note for most singers. I'm the Oogie Boogie Man. Like, singers with bottom notes like this. Let alone. Now, there is 100% post-production on this in some way, a very decent compressor, and the studio conditions would have allowed for him to, I suppose, record this in a separate take to really, really find a peak position of resonance and everything down there. But whatever happened, and however it happened, it still happened. This sound came out of this human being's body. That is really quite miraculous. The use of rhythm here is extremely creative and exciting. It really keeps you on your toes. There's a lot of what we call syncopation in this.
I might just cook a special batch of steak. And of course, but yours, oh boy, now that'll be just fine.
And not only the rhythm, the attention to the harmonic details. There's so many beautiful little ear treats in there.
Now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
That little harmonic minor riff was not designed to be like a standout moment, even though it could have been because it's very impressive on its own. It was just like a little bit of creepy background, kind of like mysterious genie vibes. They didn't need to put that in. It was already impressive enough. I guess what I'm trying to say is even the padding, like the backing track, as it were, was not just like purely conventional, boring rhythms and harmony at all. It would be very impressive even if it was, because, you know, the lead performances in this are so outstanding. But no, they went the extra mile to ensure that harmonically and rhythmically this is extremely interesting as well. Unbelievable, mystical, zany, magical harmonic adventure, and like, I cannot believe what I've just heard. I am floored. Not only was this very musically and technically advanced, it was so bloody fun. If you've been here before, you would know I have very emotional responses to songs, especially sad songs. Like, I feel them so deeply, and sometimes I feel like songs are out to make me cry. And although obviously expressing emotion is fantastic, I think sometimes we all need a little bit of fun and fantasy. Thank you for not making me cry today, Fairy Voice children. I'm sure you will at some point in the future, and that's okay, but I appreciate this little injection of fun a great deal. I just want to listen to it again. Ah! Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. If there are any singers you would like me to react to, whether they're fun or sad, please do let me know in the comments, as it is always my pleasure either way. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you again next time. Mwah.